All right, guys, so I stumbled across what is probably the greatest white savior story that I have ever read in my life, okay? And this story involves a woman by the name of Angela Falardo, who is a teacher, a 31-year-old teacher, who was arrested for helping a black teenager escape juvie. Now, this juvenile fugitive by the name of Lionel Reynolds escaped to Texas because this woman, who's a teacher, helped him do it, right? Now, again, this story is extremely fascinating because I got so many questions about why a 31-year-old teacher will be obsessed with a teenager to the point of breaking him out of juvie, basically, right? And escaping to Texas. Again, it's absolutely stunning, okay? So, again, take a good look at his face. And the reason why I'm showing you his face is because in the news clip, they don't show her face for whatever reason. So I want to make sure that you guys can see her face before we actually get into this story. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Accused of helping juvenile fugitive Lionel Reynolds escape to Texas made her first appearance in Orleans Parish Magistrate Court today.
31-year-old Angela Falardo is facing a felony count of aiding Reynolds' escape after allegedly driving Reynolds to Texas after he fled a group home in Lake Charles. David Jones has more.
Lee and Meg, Lionel Reynolds was recaptured on Monday near San Antonio, and today we're learning more about the former teacher who allegedly helped him to elude authorities. Reynolds was serving time at an unsecured care facility in Lake Charles after he was found guilty in 2019 of shooting and paralyzing a man in New Orleans East during an armed robbery.
Yeah, so again, the teenager who this woman helped escape juvie is essentially somebody that basically tried to murder somebody, okay? He shot somebody else doing an armed robbery attempt and paralyzed the man for the rest of his life. Again, I have so many questions about why this woman would do this. Now, my gut feeling tells me that this woman is woke, okay? And I do believe that there is a certain level of wokeness that would drive a teacher to do this. There's also some other theories that I have too about why this teacher would be inclined to do this, okay? But I'm not really going to get too deep into that, right, in this YouTube video. But you guys can probably guess what I'm alluding to here.
I was very much floored, shocked. I would never think that it would be a teacher.
Dorothy White is the grandmother of Daryl Scott. Scott was shot in the back and paralyzed by then 13-year-old Lionel Reynolds.
Very much shocked. I know that there are more people out there that was aiding and abetting more than the teacher.
White was in court Tuesday as bond was set at $5,000 for 31-year-old Angela Falardo, who was booked with accessory after the fact to Reynolds' escape last month.
Yeah, so again, I don't know why they're not showing her picture, right? I think that if you have a teacher that is busting out attempted murderers, then her picture should be shown, right? People need to know what she looks like so that, you know, people can keep an eye out on her for her trying to bail out criminals, right? Or trying to help criminals escape jail. Again, it's fascinating.
State prosecutors asked Magistrate Commissioner Peter Hamilton to set the bond much higher, $500,000, and for Falardo to be outfitted with an ankle monitor if released from custody.
Yeah, I agree, right? She needs a very, very, very high bail, and the reason why is because this woman is dangerous, right? She's dangerous. She's clearly aiding and abetting criminal activity, and behavior. So, again, this is crazy, right? This is an absolutely insane story.
Falardo's defense attorney called the request, quote, absurd, but the ankle monitor was ordered as a condition of Falardo's bond.
She has helped him. She's helped him from day one. She helped him through the escape. More is going to come out. I'm sure there's more people that helped Lionel Reynolds along with his teacher. He could have walked away. Instead, he shot him in the back and he paralyzed him for life.
According to Falardo's arrest warrant, a state police trooper assigned to the FBI's Violent Crime Task Force learned of Reynolds' September 13th escape a week after it happened. Investigators said Falardo, a teacher at Walter Cohen High School in New Orleans, drove Reynolds to Houston. The investigation also found nearly 100 contacts between Reynolds' phone and Falardo's beginning September 22nd, 9 days after his escape from Lake Charles.
Now, again, what type of relationship did this teacher have with this child? Okay, well, I guess now he's 18, so I guess he's not a child anymore. But what type of relationship did this teacher have with this person, right? This teenager that would drive her to do something like that, right? I mean, I'm flabbergasted right now. Again, is it wokeness, right? You guys tell me. One of the reasons why I'm doing this video is that I just can't wrap my brain around what would drive a teacher to do something like this, okay? Does she really feel the need as a woke teacher? Okay, I'm assuming she's woke. You got to be woke to do something like this, right? You have to be on woke level of 9,000 in order to do this, right? You have to have a wokeness level of 9,000 to do this. Is that it, right? Is that it? Is that what is driving her? Again, you know, they were communicating a lot, right? A hell of a lot. I think that this is a deeper relationship, okay? But I do think that somewhere in this story, wokeness and some other things as well too are driving this for sure.
You did everything wrong. You're not for students. I hope, again, that you never ever teach another day in your life or have anything to do with children.
Facts. Facts. Don't let this woman anywhere near anybody's child, bro. This is insane.
And her family, along with the Orleans Parish District Attorney's Office, opposed Reynolds' transfer to the unsecured step-down facility ordered by juvenile court judge Candace Anderson in February 2022. Anderson was the judge who found Reynolds guilty of attempted second-degree murder in August 2019, and he was set to be released in April 2026. White says Falardo would come to juvenile court to advocate for Reynolds. Falardo also emailed Fox 8 on September 24th, asserting that coverage of Reynolds' crime and his escape was damaging to the now 18-year-old offender.
Yeah, so again, this is yeah, again, 100% there's a level of wokeness here. And I also got a feeling that this teacher probably had some romantic involvement with this 18-year-old, okay? I mean, honestly, there's absolutely zero doubt in my mind, right? There's absolutely zero doubt in my mind. That's what's going on here. That is the only thing I can think of that would drive this, okay? She was showing up to the man's hearings to defend him and emailing news stations saying that we don't think you're covering this story right? You covering this story about an attempted murderer, a convicted one, right? A convicted one. Oh, you're damaging him, right? You're damaging this teenager, this 18-year-old by covering the story. Again, yeah, this is a legendary level of wokeness. But again, this is where it drives you, right? It drives you to do crazy stuff like this. This is insane.
There are certain laws that need to be changed, and there are certain common sense rules that I think people should follow.
Fox 8 legal analyst Joe Responti says state law surrounding juvenile escapees needs to be reconsidered. His sentiment was echoed by other area lawmakers and DA Jason Williams, who's calling for new legislation requiring statewide alerts for escaped inmates, regardless of where they are being housed. White, meanwhile, says the whole experience has been unsettling.
I think it's a shame. And Judge Anderson, I hope you're watching. I hope you've been watching this all along, because we could have stopped, and you surely could have stopped, all this pain that you've put Daryl in, me in, our entire family in, Judge.
Walter Cohen High School declined to comment but did send a letter to parents and families this morning saying Falardo's classes would be covered. Now, we did reach out to Bradley Phillips, the defense attorney representing Falardo, who just got back to me within the hour and says Falardo's arrest just occurred and he has not yet had a chance to sit down and talk through the charges thoroughly with his client. Falardo posted bond earlier this evening and is scheduled back in court on December.
Yeah, so again, I definitely feel for the family that, was a victim of this teenager, him getting released and what he could possibly do. He seems to be a dangerous individual. Again, this is a truly insane story. You guys let me know. What do you guys think is the reason why this woman did this? What do y'all think is going on here? I think that this woman probably has some type of romantic interest in this 18-year-old. And also, I think that there's a legendary amount of wokeness going on here that is driving what she's doing, okay? She probably thinks that because he's black, he's being victimized. He's the real victim just for being locked up in jail and suffering the consequences and facing accountability for his crimes or his alleged crimes. I think that's what's happening. But, hey, you let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.